Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to 90 Day Fiancé latest news. Tucked amid pine-lined highways and murmuring mountain winds, a narrative unfolds in silence, so quiet, so unassuming that the world nearly missed it. In the farthest corners of the Pacific Northwest. This isn't the sort of narrative that demands attention. It doesn't call for hashtags or headlines. It just exhales. It hangs around. It expands. And at the center of it, a guy we believed we already knew. Michael Youngquist. We met him via the prism of a reality program, 90 Day Fiancé, where love is a ticking clock and pain is public money. Mike, who had a small farm in Sequim, Washington, grew to be a well-known figure. He was the common man, the man next door with a soft voice and an uneasy grin, the man whose only want was love, genuine love, the sort that puts down roots, the sort that persists. Love, however, was not nice to Mike. He welcomed into his house and heart relationships that appeared hopeful but finally broken. Under the weight of culture, expectation, and distance, what started as optimistic travels came apart. The world saw him standing in kitchens and driveways, confused and let down, trying to figure out why love, so theoretically simple, kept eluding his grasp. Then he vanished, not in a shocking, attention-grabbing manner. Silently. On purpose. He looked inside. Back to the land, back to the beat of the dirt and the trees. Back to something genuine and ancient. Sequim turned into his haven, his withdrawal. Mike discovered serenity in obscurity as the world went on to fresh faces and new narratives. At one point, it appeared his trip was over. Healing, however, is not always visible in front of a camera. Real love, true love, doesn't mind screen time. Sara Rose came into his life in this quietude. No fanfare, no flashbulbs. Only a grocery aisle. A courteous grin. The sort of common event most individuals overlook. Yet from that normalcy, something amazing started. Sara wasn't after celebrity. Mike's television history did not interest her. She looked at him, the guy, not the dramatized figure or the edited version. Their relationship developed gradually. On purpose. No declarations, no tornado admissions. Only long walks, peaceful dinners, and shared silences that spoke louder than words would suggest. Once surrounded by noise, arguments, misunderstandings, production crews, Mike found comfort in the stillness between their talks. Sara made it unnecessary for him to justify himself. He didn't have to show his value. He may just exist. She revived something in him. A glimmer. A gentleness he had nearly forgotten. And just as gently as she came into his life, something else did as well. A kid. Initially, the whispers arrived in pieces. A leaked online blurry photo of Sara shows her body covered in soft fabric with her hands gently resting on her stomach. Then came the confirmation, an unmistakably truthful ultrasound. The heartbeat. One life. A girl. The world ceased for Mike. Trembling hands grasped the sonogram. The black and white blur stood for more than simply a kid. It signified salvation. It signified every night he lay awake questioning whether he was unlovable, every minute he had doubted himself, every failed relationship that had led him to believe he was not made for family. It was now occurring, not as a plotline, not for scores. This was genuine. Once uncertain and destroyed, the man who had stood before millions now stood before a nursery room door confident and whole. Mike immersed himself in planning, choosing gentle, dusky hues, colors that seemed like dreams. He painted the nursery himself. Hand-building a crib, he sanded every component and polished every edge. Whispering to newborn-sized teddy bears as he would to her, he practiced grasping them. Late at night, he sat in the rocking chair and whispered softly to the area surrounding him. "Hello, baby daughter. Your father is here. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I assure you, I will make an effort. Daily. For you." Sara observed him silently with respect. She was changing as well. Her body altered, indeed, but so did her spirit. She shone not simply with pregnancy, but also with intention. She read all the books. She religiously took her vitamins. Even before her first breath, she spoke to their daughter, sung to her, and chuckled with her. She was becoming a mother in the most complete, deep way. Mike and Sara built a haven together. Not only a house, but also a place for hope. To be renewed. For legacy. They choose her name jointly, something ageless, significant. A name of significance. A name that would be strong. They murmured it to the walls, practiced it as if it were prayer. It turned into a song for them. With each passing week, their life turned into a rhythm of expectation. Visits to the doctor, showers for babies, quiet times when Sara would put Mike's palm on her stomach and they would sense their daughter kicking, strong, confident, alive. Mike started to dream, vivid, technicolor fantasies of holding her, of nourishing her, of showing her how to ride a bicycle, of walking her to her first day of classes, of weeping silently as she departed for college, of dancing with her at her wedding ceremony. Dreams he never imagined he was permitted to have. Dreams he was now holding on to with both hands. He saw the world in a different light. Every decision now carried significance. Every choice a ripple that would touch her. He grew more gentle, more tolerant, more conscious. He began planting trees once more, one for every month of the pregnancy. He wished for her to have a forest to match her age, a timeline that is alive, a living recollection. Strangers' inquiries about his well-being would elicit a smile, not courteous but rather profound, since he now had a response. The truth. I will be a father. And for the first time in his life, that was sufficient. He was no longer pursuing anything. He wasn't looking for approval, love, or acceptance. He possessed everything, just there, from Sara's perspective, in the calm warmth of the nursery, in the small, fluttering heartbeat of a girl he had never met, but already loved with a ferocity that terrified him. This was more than simply the following chapter in Mike Youngquist's narrative. It was an entirely new novel, a book he's creating in skinned knees and sleepy hugs, in diaper changes and late-night feedings, in lullabies and goodnight stories. A book starting with recovery rather than sorrow. He will be there then, when the contractions start and the world shrinks to hospital corridors and holding hands. Every single second, every inhale, he will be the first to meet her. The first to say her name softly. The first to weep with happiness. Given all, following the lights of the television. Following the misunderstanding. Following the false beginnings and isolation. He has arrived. Entire. Saved. Prepared. Mike Youngquist is on the verge of fatherhood. Not only in name, but in essence. A child is getting ready to enter the world in a little sequin nursery where love has taken root in the most mundane and remarkable ways. Not a story. No spoiler. One daughter. An outset. An eternal. And this time, no cameras are required. Since the most crucial tales, they say to themselves, this gossip is over. If you liked the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.